Just getting the top layer off.
And here's our wonderful local abundance transfer crew. We've just been gathering some cardboard to come out to Wahday Farm and do a bit more mulching. And Natalie's going to share with us some stories about Wahday Farm and how people can get involved and contribute to this wonderful community venture. So how's Wahday Gardens going, Nat?
It's going off, can't you tell? Going off like a jungle.
It's going off like a jungle, look at that.
Yeah, so the idea is to invite people out farming, to even if they want to come out just on the weekends and become a member. And we'll run like working bees and weekend workshop projects, hopefully some stuff in the school holidays. And then if you're a member, and you can come out and also be part of the harvest and share in the community produce.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, you can log your hours and your contributions, and working on a division method, or like what's fair for people to be able to come and also reap the rewards, and just come and be part of the garden and enjoy being in nature and having fun.
Nice one. And what's the overall vision? Like when you look at this place and you look at it like what the potential is of this place, what do you see?
I see it as like a training ground and a stepping stone. Like it's a short term, initially it was a 5-year project. That's all the guarantee we have for this area of land. But it was mainly to actually get an affordable way to get our hands dirty, to exchange with the Bhutanese guys. That was originally how it came about, was the Bhutanese were going to come and do the farming here, and so we could share knowledge and learn from them and they from us. Like they know a lot of uses for plants that we consider weeds, and they also have a background in farming, so their culture is farming. So, and they also approach it in a community way, whereas Western farming is more from an individual perspective. Like they do everything as a group, and it's like really community activity. So it's really learning project, learning experience, and see what we can grow, see how's the best way to work with the soil and the plants here in the tropics, and especially in terms of management and greenery and whatever else we can add into it. and a way to create connections in the community, like working together and doing fun stuff.
Yeah, beautiful.
Harvey says, get together with your friends and make shit happen.
Awesome.
And, I guess the food security on a bigger level, like recycling, locally produced food, getting back in touch with growing our own food rather than relying on supermarkets, and just being part of what's possible, what can happen.
Yeah, beautiful. And I heard the Bhutanese guys are really interested in maintaining their part in this project. And can you just let us know what difficulties they're having with being a part? I heard that there's a little it's difficult to get the transport for the guys out here. So are you actually calling out for people that might be able to help with transport and maybe learning with those guys? Or
well, the initial plan was to work with the job networks and utilise the vehicles that they have as part of a Work for the Dog project, and that way we could also get some training happening as well, because the Bhutanese guys, like, they know how to farm, but they're not familiar with what grows here, what time of year, our climate, and it's slightly different from theirs. And so there was like a gap there of where they could have had some training, had some skill development, and also had some help financially. Well, financially with transport, like they were doing some carpooling with a group of 5 of them, and that was great, but that was the biggest barrier, is transport, and also we really had no funding for tools or anything like that, so we just really worked with a couple of even one mattock, one little half-broken hoe, like really just really basic stuff. So, and it was, from what I saw, it was very successful what they did. I mean, they farmed like nearly these whole 2 rows, and so that was, really only 10% of what could have been done if they had the resources to do it on a bigger scale. And I think one of the obstacles was, just not having the training, the physical resources, transport, and also felt like networking between some of the organisations that are in town that are meant to be assisting people. Like, there didn't seem to be, I felt that there could have been a lot more functionality in terms of communication and, cross currents coming across. And I just recently heard that Centacare are doing their own community garden now somewhere, maybe in town, I don't know. So, it would have been nice to have been involved in some kind of communication circle happening with that. I guess it's just coming, I think those kind of institutional organisations and that work for the dole and all that, their focus isn't to work as a community. They have like specific goals that they have to achieve, and it makes it a bit difficult to just get things, coordinate what could be happening. So,
and so with those kind of obstacles, I guess, what is the next round of activity going to be like? How are you getting that coordination and everything happening without those existing structures, or?
Well, I guess I've let go of it in a way. I'm going to see what comes back. The whole work for the dog thing has changed, and I just have to evaluate whether it's worth my time to try and navigate that whole system and all those channels and ditches and jump through their ropes and hoops and, all the time that's taken. Like, maybe I'm just better off coming out here and playing in the garden.
Yeah, just
and
doing it.
Anyone else that wants to can as well.
Yeah, all welcome, hey?
All welcome. Well, I mean, that's, there's a membership application process, like, and we just need to know for health and safety, and we have insurance, like, so, and I'd like to keep that going, so it would be nice to have a membership so that we can, keep perpetuating forward, because we have like a $5,000 loan, $4,000 loan, which was, to actually purchase all the shed and this irrigation, and the land is, there's a lease on that as well through the farmer that owns the land. So there's things that need to be, accounted for financially, but it would be nice just to see things happen organically and but still know that we're, covered by insurance and stuff if anyone does trip over, hurt themselves. But I guess I'm sort of moving away a bit from the whole structured, organised side of things, although I'm still interested in attracting some training, but sometimes the best way to do it is just to get in and give it a go. I know the Bhutanese guys really wanted to get a tractor, and we did work with some of the Hmong families tour, and there's a couple of people here with tractors, and they did some tillage work, but it would be nice to have some more expertise around organic farming and how you do the green manure, and like I'm just doing cardboard as an experiment, really. It seemed to work last year in this area, but I did put it down earlier in the wet season, and it smothered all the grasses and stuff out, and then they're able to plant straight into it. So.
And you were saying the soil was looking pretty good, hey?
I think it's getting more, there's definitely more organic matter build up this year, and it's a medium clay soil, and yeah, it's nice and nice dark soil.
Yeah, nice one.
Just what's the best. Yeah, I'm not sure whether to like mow all this stuff down and just let it mulch into itself, or whether to chop it up into the soil. Or...
Kind of depends on who turns up and what tools they've got, really.
Yes, slightly.
And today you had a great big lot of cardboard which has gone out, and that trailer, one of your community members is lent for the job, so another nice little session at wahday. Bit by bit, hey?
That's the nicest thing, like, you can't be too focused on goals and creating this perfect place, because, you know, it's just all those little parts of life, like little get-togethers, little social outings and doing stuff together that, you know, hopefully that's going to lift us out of our little mundane mindsets and bring us back into being.
Beautiful, thanks Nat.
No worries. Thank you for being here. Namaste.